How's it going, everybody? Thanks a lot for joining me for another beer review. Gonna be looking at a beer from Boxing Rock today. They're out of Shelburne, Nova Scotia. I've reviewed their Vickers Cross a few months ago. Saw this guy in the store just in time for Christmas, for the holiday season. It's the Fisticuffs Rum-Barrel-Aged Imperial Stout. That sounds awesome. Yeah, rum barrel aging is one of my favorite things you can do to an Imperial Stout, other than like making it like a churro stout or something like that. Molly stouts are usually wild like that, but rum barrel aging I find just gives this amazing just warmth, coconut kind of notes, typically ups like the caramel, the coffee kind of notes of an Imperial Stout. Big fan of like tiki cocktails, stuff like that, so I have an affinity for rum. So yeah, this one's coming in at 10% alcohol by volume. Loving the labeling on this guy. It was kind of a bitch to take off the cork. The cage was simple enough, but the cork itself, just fucking struggling on it, so had to restart the review. Love the label. It reminds me of Peter Griffin fighting the kangaroo. Are you having a bloody day, sir? Like that. So yeah, let's check out Fisticuffs by Boxing Rock. Oh, that looks good. Yeah. I can smell it from here. From a foot away, I can smell that bitch. That's awesome. Wild statement to make, but yeah. Finger and a half of a beautiful tan head, but there's like glimmers of like dark espresso notes in there. Yeah, a really beautiful multicolored head. The top is super foamy. Really nice looking beer. Super dark. I wouldn't say pitch black, but getting there. Wow. Really beautiful looking beer. Looks good in that glassware, huh? I like that. Got it at the thrift store. Love thrift stores. Pennies on the dollar. Let's get an aroma. Lots of like date prune, raisin. Wasn't expecting it. A big like Spanish red wine note coming through. Yeah. Plums. Wow. Purple plums. This is a perfect Christmas beer based on the aroma. Like, there are notes of like coffee, chocolate, stuff like that, but the rum barrels really, they're really forward in this beer. This one's really interesting. And I think I paid like $9 for this. So, I mean, damn. This smells really nice. Like rum cake, coffee cake. I gotta try this. Cheers, everybody. Okay. Gonna have to sit on this one for a while. There is heat to it. That's the thing. These barrel aging processes, I find often give like a boozy heat to it, obviously, because it's sitting on booze. But I think this one would like. This is an ageable beer. I bought a couple bottles, one for me, one for my buddy. But excuse me. Wow, more carbonation than I expected. This would be a great one to buy like 5, 10 of, right? And age it over the years, every half year. Like, see how it changes. I think like this in 5 years might be like one of the best stouts out there, right? That said, right now it is a little bit boozy, but that's the only knock I have against it. It's a 10% beer. It's gonna be a little bit boozy, right? But man, those flavors are great. You get like rum-soaked raisins, rum-soaked prunes, dates, big dark like Christmas spices. You get like cinnamon, maybe a bit of like clove, allspice, that kind of thing. Well, I can see this going so well in a cocktail like this with, I don't know, some sort of like some like maple liqueur, extra rum, and just maybe a hint of like some sort of cherry, something like that. Yeah, I'm starting to pick up black cherry. I think a little bit of Amaro with this. Man, this is really interesting. Yeah, this is one I could just sit back with and just enjoy the flavors, discovering new ones as it warms up. Here's the thing. You do get the typical Imperial Stout notes, but it's like you taste it, then you don't, and then your taste buds are changing, ever changing, discovering something new. This is a perfect example of a rum-barrel-aged beers. All those sailors back in the day discovering new places. Your palate's discovering new flavors constantly, right? Yeah. If you're a fan of like spiced rum, like dessert cocktails, digestivos, dude, this was some like jerk pork and plantains. Fucking fire. Or even like a Cuban sandwich, like that salty, savory, slightly sourness from the pickle and the saltiness from the ham, stuff like that, mixed with this rich, or like paired with a rich, like the contrast of flavors of this stout with like some Caribbean food would be phenomenal. Fuck me. Yeah, and looking at it, you can tell it's a barrel-aged beer. Once I saw the different colored, like, head, just that it wasn't just one color, it like had like squiggly lines of different color to it, like darker colors here and there, darker bubbles. I'm like, this is going to be good. For some reason, I can tell it's going to be a good beer when I see that. I don't know what the science is behind that. I'm not exactly educated in those scientific matters, Mennonite boy. But like, yeah, the alcohol legs, the way the bubbles like move up and down as you tilt it, I just knew it was going to be good. I love the amount of booze in it. I love the flavors, obviously. The mouthfeel is great too. It is quite carbonated. Like, it'll bloat you if you drink too much. But it's not carbonated on the palate, if that makes sense. Back and sides of the tongue, I feel like a carbonation. And then in front of the tongue, like, just the silky, smooth, like, sticky, not syrupy mouthfeel, you know? Which will make you sip and savor the beer instead of like just drinking it quick. This isn't a beer to get drunk off of anyway, right? This is a beer to stop what you're doing, you know, enjoy the moment. Yeah, really, really beautiful. What is that coming around? Yeah, I was getting like the baked toasted cinnamon earlier. Now I'm getting like the spicy cinnamon, like almost cinnamon hearts. Damn. Man. And I'm sure as it warms up, since the since the flavor molecules and stuff, as it warms up, the molecules go faster and faster, you pick up more flavors, right? It becomes more complex, which also means there might be some defects that come out, some flavor defects, or like better notes, stuff like, oh, is that maybe a hint of leather that I'm just picking up, you know, which I am. It does remind me of like, if you're sparking just a regular $8 cigar, like the short little guys, and puffing it, just having drinks with buddies, or you go to like a nice cigar bar and like the cigarista, I don't know, like explains to you what you're tasting and how to properly do it, you know? Where was I going with that? Anyway, it's a good beer. Ratings wise, fuck. I think this is pretty much perfectly made. I think in 5 years, this could be like a 98, 99. As it stands now, I have to go like 94. Nah, 95 on this guy. This is fucking amazing. It's Christmas in a glass. Once all the kids are asleep and you're wrapping presents or putting presents on the table, whatever, sit down, have one of these, drift slowly off to sleep. sorry, knuckle cracks. But yeah, that's been Fisticuffs. Really fucking impressed. $9 for this? Fuck off. That's phenomenal. 10%. No, that's great. Thanks a lot for joining me for this beer review. Let me know of any other Boxing Rocks beers, excuse me, I should check out. I still need to visit their location here in Halifax. I think it's by Roby or Surkaka, right? I forget exactly where, but I know it's like close-ish by like Unfiltered and Good Robot, like that area. So yeah, maybe tomorrow. All right, thanks a lot for watching, for having me in your ears for the last 16 goddamn minutes. Till the next time, cheers.